guys, it is Brent. We are live. It is Wednesday, May 18th. If you have any questions or comments as I go along today, drop them down there. I'll try to get to them. I wanted to stop in today just to check in, tell you where I am on my journey, see where you are on yours. That is why this community is here. We are kind of an accountability group. We're keeping each other accountable. We're empowering ourselves. And in turn, we empower each other. We empower each other, especially. It's so hard when you tell somebody you need to do this. But when you do it and they see you do it, that's inspiration for them. That's how you start changing the world, you know? And what's amazing to me is when you're on a spiritual path, the things that fall away from you, the things that you no longer need that just leave your life. It's not about what you're going to gain, because you're going to gain everything, because you're going to make that connection with yourself. But what I find intriguing is what we lose. Like in my journey, cigarette smoking fell away pretty much right away. You know, that was the first thing years ago. Actually, longer than that, the very first thing would probably be a lack mindset. You know, I had that in the very early part of my career. I met Joan Rivers, I met Phyllis Diller, and they all talked about, you know, the magic of believing, the power of the mind, and creating your own reality. And that changed everything for me. And I became a millionaire before I was 21. And I quit smoking. Drinking fell away. I became a vegetarian. But one thing I've always struggled with, especially during the pandemic, my touring schedule went from, 300 days a year on the road to none. So, and I had always followed a low carb, high protein diet, like an Atkins kind of diet. And I've done that for years, and I've always lost weight, and I've always felt great. But as I became more enlightened, more awakened on my journey, the idea of eating meat, again, it's just me. I have no problem with other people, but it was just for me. I just no longer wanted to do. It was just one of those things that fell away. I found it very hard to eat meat. And I'm a big guy who loved my steaks and stuff, but it just fell away from me. And right now, a big shout out to Joe Cross from Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. In fact, a couple of years ago when I first saw it, it changed things for me, maybe get into juicing. But, like so many things, didn't keep up with it. But I saw it again recently, and this time, it's one of those things you may have seen something 4 or 5 times, and it speaks to you in a different way, finally. So what I've decided to do, I've been juicing. And I know you guys probably, and for you Clevelanders out there, you see this is a Ghoulardi. Remember him? He was for you guys in Cleveland, you'll know exactly who this is. His son actually was the director of Boogie Nights. But he was a famous horror host in Cleveland. Ghoulardi, amazing guy. That's what's in here though, is my shake. So I'm doing to start. I'm planning on starting on Monday, but I wanted to get because trust me, it's a jolt. It's a shock to the body. So instead of going directly to all juice, I'm doing juice in the morning, juice at lunch, and then I'm doing a very small, sensible dinner: brown rice, black beans, something like that, salad. And I'm using a juicer. So, because we get very little of the nutrients in the food that we eat, especially when it's canned and it's frozen. We don't really eat fresh fruits and vegetables and all the nutrients that are in there. That's why a juicer is so amazing, because it takes everything and you get all those nutrients. So what's inside this, you may ask, because it is green. But I love this. It is kale, Granny Smith apples, celery, ginger root, half a lemon, half an orange. And that's what's in this. So I'm drinking it twice a day. I'll tell you, when you drink this, it's like getting a B12 shot. It goes through your system like an electric shock. And this is something that we need to do: mind, body, and soul. That's the pyramid. I made $1 million before I was 21. I was living the high life. I was also drinking like a fish, drunk every night, popping pain pills like they were going out of style. First, I had them prescribed for surgery, and then, overuse them, that sort of thing, overeat, all of that bullshit. Oh, I'm having a great life. I have tons of money. Yeah, but I'm dying on the other way. And that's what happens. That's why you see rich, famous, amazingly looking people kill themselves. Or you see multi-million-dollar athletes who have these huge contracts kill it with drugs and alcohol. There's a self-sabotage that goes on. We're buying into this narrative, of what we're not good enough, what we need to look like. It's all bullshit. So this diet, you guys should try it with me. I'm going to do it Monday. I'm going to start juicing all 3 meals on Monday, and I'm going to do it for 10 days. And that's going to be the restart. And then I'm going to go completely, like I have been, the complete vegetarian diet. But I'm still going to do juice 1 or 2 meals a day, even at that point, because it does make you feel amazing. It can change so much. It can reverse so much. If you ever watched the documentary that I talked about, Fat, Sick, Nearly Dead, you can see for yourself what happens. But I mean, it reverses so much, so many health problems. And it makes you feel amazing. It is like getting a B12 shot. So I make this every other day. I make enough to last 2 days. So like I said, every day until Monday, I'm doing juice twice a day, a small dinner, and then I'm cutting food completely for 10 days. I'm going to try 10. And then I'm going to move into just a completely different diet. I've done everything I've wanted to do in my life. But one hurdle I've always come back to is this. And so, you know what? I'm tackling this. I'm done. I'm 47 years old. I'm tackling this because I have everything else that I want. So I want to be around to enjoy it. So I challenge you. If you aren't happy with where you are, if you have a little bit of extra weight, you have a lot of weight, something, you have that feeling, you don't want to get up in the morning. Even walking for me sometimes, going up and down steps, that's ridiculous. I'm changing that. So I invite you to join me. The first 3 days, once you do all juice, usually very difficult. I've done it before, but once you get past that, everything starts to change. Your focus becomes stronger. Your mind becomes clearer. You have energy that is through the roof. So this community, this group is all about empowerment, but it's all about health. It's all about mental health. It's all about physical health. You have to have all sides of the triangle to make it work. So I invite you to join me. And I'm testing it out now for a few days, but we're going to start it on Monday. So if you're looking for something, we do it as a group. We support each other. That's what we do. We're accountability partners. That's why this community is powerful. It is very hard to do anything alone. But together, we have power. Individually, we have the most immense power ever developed inside us, but we don't know it. As a mass consciousness, we're even more powerful if we can tap into that. So let's get this community going. Let's get on this together. You'll feel better. You'll look better. You will be able to be more mentally clear, and it will get you maybe that tiny push farther that you need to unlock that next level in your awakening experience. So again, if you have a juicer, you can buy these relatively inexpensively. Cold pressed juicers are best, but you can buy juicers pretty much everywhere. Kohl's has them, I know. GNC sells them. So again, in this kale, this is one big stalk of kale. This makes a big picture. Three, I don't know what they're called, but it's the entire thing of celery. Not a head of celery, but whatever those are. So it's not just 3 celery sticks. It's 3 entire pieces of celery, heads of celery, whatever. Half an orange, half a lemon, piece of ginger root, and is that it? I think that's it. It's called Mean Green. And it's funny because the lemon, the ginger, and the apple, did I say the apple? Granny Smith apples, 4 of those. That is what disguises the flavor. So if you're thinking, oh, this is going to taste like, grass, it doesn't. And you can always start out at the beginning with much more fruit and then slowly add the vegetables in later. But, you could do complete apple juice, fresh apple juice. You could do anything like that. It's just amazing. We don't get any of those nutrients. So flooding that into the body can only be a good thing. So why don't you join me? We'll go on this juice fast together. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do videos on it. I'll let you watch my progress, but I'd love to have you with me. Let's support each other. Let's do this together. So, It's time. It's time to get healthy. It's time to stop waiting, because one day it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. Won't be able to do anything about it. So if you have not joined our Facebook community, or if you have and you don't really post there, or if you have and you've never invited anyone there, listen carefully. We are a powerful group of like-minded people. We're banded together and we are committed to helping each other. Now, I've spent 30 years crisscrossing the world teaching people how to use their mind power. But there are things that I struggle with, like the weight issue. We all have things. So that is where community support is fantastic. We come together. We lift up those that need lifted. That is why our community is powerful. So join us. It's facebook.com/groups/students of self-empowerment. Also, if you have any questions about my courses, about my coaching programs, about my systems, my consulting, go to brentwebb.com right now. It'll change your life. I have a money back guarantee plus $1,000. That is how sure I am of my programs. I don't sell anything. I don't put my name on anything that I don't believe in and that I haven't used, created myself. And that's why I offer money back plus $1,000. You do any of my programs, they don't work for you, you get your full purchase price, plus I'll give you $1,000. That's how sure I am that it works. And I can say that because in all the time I've done this, no one who has implemented has ever failed. And that's not bullshit. That's the truth. And that's why I can make a deal like that. That's why I can make a guarantee like that. How many other people can? Go out and take a look. You're not going to find many. I stand behind what I teach. And that's the kind of teacher that you need. Go to brentwebb.com right now. That's all I got for you today. Let's do this juice fast together. It'll change your life. Let's get healthy. I'll see you soon. Don't worry. Be happy. Feel good. Bye.